ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the waiting room.
I know y'all have been waiting with bated breath.
Y'all are so excited about our new episode.
So, we are gonna tell some scary stories today.
Not scary stories.
Ooh, we're gonna tell some ghost stories.
Ghost stories, indeed. I like that. I like that. Ghost stories. We're gonna tell ghost stories.
So today we talking about we too grown for that.
We are too grown for that.
People ghost.
Why do people ghost? Yes.
Yeah.
Like why in our 40s should we be dealing
as grown folks?
As grown at our big age.
At our big age.
Should we be dealing with people that ghost? Make it make sense for me. Why are we dealing with this at this age?
Listen, like I tell Mom, if we made sense out of it, then we'll be same level of foolishness.
So we don't want that.
We don't want that. We don't want that.
We don't. We don't.
And ironically, these notes was from a minute ago, but I just got ghosted. I got ghosted by 3 people at once. How that?
That's talent. So you consider what happened recently as ghosting?
It had to be ghosted.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Well, was it 3 people at once or 2 people at once?
We counting the photographer. And then the ARC. Who was the third person?
Dr. Pads.
There was 3
well,
people.
I don't know if I can count him as. I won't throw him up. So 2 people at once. I won't throw him in there. He just didn't, he had no follow through.
Yeah, let's just say 2 people.
Yeah, because it was we exchanged numbers, we communicated, and then it was silence.
Yeah, and it has been silent
since Tuesday on both accords.
Yeah. Okay. It feels like ghosting.
Now, I mean, because surely you ain't waiting for me to say something to you.
No, I mean, because the communication was clear that you were going to be going to Boulay. Like, it was clear you were out of town. Boulay. So you communicated after Boulay.
Yeah.
Okay, so no.
Since I've been back.
Yeah.
Both occasions. But I communicated with the one that I met before Boulay, all through Boulay. Although it was spaces in between that, like, we kept in communication the entire time up until I got back. And then I got back and you get ghost. Because literally I called when I got back because he was in town.
Yeah, I remember that now.
He said he didn't get the call. But, I screenshotted the call log and sent it.
Yeah.
And we communicated that day and had not last text. Communication was me saying, "Hey, you got home?" Because he was at work.
That's right. He didn't respond to you.
Yeah.
So
I guess he's been at work.
I think ghosting is appropriate to these situations. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's get into that. That's so sad.
I think part of it is lack of social skills.
Okay.
We have gotten in this culture, even though we're older, we didn't grow up this way. I believe we got in this culture of. We just gonna text. We don't know how to talk.
That frustrates me. Okay, so recent situation. I'm having a exchange. That's a better way to put that. Yeah. Exchange, and it's in text. But you asked me a question that requires, I feel like, a lengthy response. So I just kind of tossed out there. Well, maybe we could chat about this in detail later. But I gave like a short kind of response to the question because I'm like, I want to answer the question, but this is a conversation.
This isn't a text response.
This is not a text response, and I don't understand because I guess I'm still old school in that way. I like to talk on the phone.
We need to talk on the phone at least, in my opinion, at least 2 times a week. At least 2 times a week.
Oh, you're being real generous. I think I need to talk to my person every day.
I want to talk to them every day.
I need to talk to my person every day. There needs to be communication every day. If we can't have a phone conversation at least once a day, we have to communicate daily, though.
Well, yeah.
We have to communicate daily.
Texting throughout, but I want to talk to you. If we're not in the same city, we need to FaceTime.
I agree.
A couple to a few times a week.
I agree with that.
And I just, because I know what my schedule look like, and know what other people's schedules may be. Like, if we lived in a house together, obviously, or we live close in vicinity, or we were in, I feel like if I'm in a relationship, I may want to talk to you every day.
Yeah.
I would. So I'm gonna amend my statement.
Okay.
If I am in a relationship, I do want to talk to you every day, even if it's like a short conversation.
Yeah.
Because I almost said the name. Me and the one that you rooted for.
I have to roll my eyes every time you say that. Every time you say the one that you rooted for, I have to roll my eyes. I'm still so disappointed in you, sir.
I said,
I'm still disappointed in you, sir.
I meant to tell her, call him. You got his number. What you asking me for?
Right.
But anyway, yeah, I want to talk to him every day.
Yeah.
Even if it was like short, but we would text. So, but initial dating, we need to be locked in before all that. Because if I'm talking to you every day, I'm like, like a phone conversation. I'm giving you a lot of my time. I'm giving up time.
Absolutely.
So that means we working towards something.
Yeah. I just like consistent communication. Yeah. And granted, whether, I understand in the initial stages, you're not going to be on the phone with somebody every day. I get that. But I absolutely need text messaging every day.
My, high school girl sitting laying upside down on my bed, my feet on the wall, twirling the phone cord. I ain't got time for that.
Sitting up in my room, can't stop thinking about you.
Listen, y'all knew y'all was gonna get a song today.
I'm just saying, I heard Brandy when you said that. That's what I heard when you said that.
Yes.
For real though, seriously, yeah.
But that's the mood, that's the moment.
It is.
But you better be, if you pouring into me that kind of time, then I'm giving back to you. But
absolutely, I agree.
These ghosting situations, it's just like he said he didn't get my call Sunday. I was like, I was waiting. So you didn't ever decide to want to check and see did anything happen? You knew I was traveling.
Something could have happened. Absolutely.
So
absolutely something.
And I told you I was gonna have a conversation about that, but I wasn't gonna do it via text because that was a conversation.
Absolutely, I agree.
But nothing happened.
So let's talk about the lack of social skills. What do we think that comes from? Because, like you said, we and most of the people that we talk to are in our generation. So with that being said, our generation,
we adopted it. I think we adopted it.
Okay.
We have now gotten used to.
So you think that technology, social media has made it very easy for people to be less communicative? I think you're right about that. I agree with that.
My relationship a decade ago with the guy I told you I dated in the military. That learned me a lesson.
Okay.
Which was, I cannot just have a text relationship. He did not like to talk on the phone that much. We live states away, sir.
Yeah.
And I should have set a boundary and put my foot down. And I did not. And we would text hours on end. It wasn't like we wasn't communicating. And
and this was before voice notes.
Yeah. We had to get on, not even Zoom, girl. What was it? This how long ago is
Tango?
It?
Not Tango. Okay.
It wasn't FaceTime. Anyway.
Yeah.
It'll come back to me. But it wasn't as easily accessible. So
Skype.
That's it. That's it.
Skype. That's what it is.
Skype. We had to Skype each other.
Oh yeah.
So that's how long it's been. So for Voicemail is for
for Zoom and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It was a couple of other little things that we had that we could send stuff through, but it was just messaging. Not even. I think that was in the inception of Marco Polo and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But and it's not that I thought he was doing anything. He was such a introvert.
Yeah.
It was. I barely know how we got together. And it was so. That really just was part of his personality.
Yeah.
But again, this was a decade ago, and that was already ingrained in him.
Yeah.
He was 5 years younger than me, but at that point,
that's just who he was.
30, like 35. He was 30. we still in that generation. We didn't grow up that way.
Exactly.
So I think we adopted it. Even though we didn't grow up that way. I mean, I grew up with my grandmother writing letters because phone calls weren't free. You had to pay. I remember MCI, MIC, whatever. There was a long distance company that you had to add on to Bell South because it won't AT&T.
It was MCI. Yes,
and you could own the NCI. All our folks was in Opelika, so it was long distance.
Yeah,
so they couldn't afford all that. So she still wrote letters, did postcards. That was now her folks here. She talked to every day. She was gonna talk to Goodsey. She was gonna talk to Miss Melvine. And she was gonna talk to gosh, why I can't think of the other one name? But she talked to them every day.
Right.
Talk to them. Then my granddaddy sat on the porch, and Mr. So and so across the street, he may come over and sit on the porch with me. So that's how we grew up, but we have adopted. And I mean, I'm guilty as charged too. I would tell my mama, girl, just text me because I get on the phone and she'll be like, I want to tell you something. I forget. Why didn't you text it? I don't like texting. Well, you're not going to remember.
Yeah, I tell my mama that too. She was like, I was waiting on you to call me this. I said, you should have just texted me while you were waiting on me to call because you know it's going to be later in the day.
Right.
You're not going to remember. Text me now and then we can talk about it later. So I agree. Again, texting is a convenient way to stay in contact with each other. It just doesn't need to be only form of communication.
You can't build a relationship.
Cannot build a relationship on text.
Stuff get misconstrued.
Absolutely.
Through them.
Yeah.
I also think it's fear of the other person's response. It's easier to just not say anything. For example, Big Bama. You know, he sent me that dissertation voice note.
Thank God, Big Bama. That's what that is. He gets the stank eye from me.
She's the stank eye.
The stank eye.
And I'm just like, okay, so I guess he, got it off his chest or whatever. Okay, fine. I said what I had to say, moved on.
Right.
But it was no communication in that. Not that it was something for us to work out. I mean, at that point,
it was what it was. At that point,
it was what it was. But again, it wasn't a conversation. I feel like we are afraid to have conversation because we're afraid to hear what other people have to say.
Yeah. Like you said, people's response. So like a recent situation for me was I asked a question about, well, when did the relationship end?
Ooh, girl, them answers be interesting.
Well, I didn't get a response to that question. And I asked twice, I want to say. I know for a fact I asked once. And the response I got was why the relationship ended, but not when it ended. So that made me feel like, oh, it's recent. You don't want to say.
Yesterday. She just left. She just left this morning.
This morning. We broke up this morning.
Oh, Lord. Well, I had one that was like, why does that matter?
That's defensive.
And I said,
why does it matter? Well, it depends on where you are, sir. It might not matter.
I said, what is the nature of the relationship between you and your child's mother?
Oh.
Why does that matter?
Why does that matter? Sir, it matters because I need to know y'all ain't still messing around or whatever it is y'all do. Like, yeah, it matters. I mean, and the reason you would ask somebody about, okay, when the relationship ends, because sometimes people need space and time to get past a situation. So why would I put myself in a situation to start getting to know or talking to or communicating on a consistent basis with somebody who just ended a relationship if they are not in a place to start getting to know somebody else or start communicating with somebody else? Because that'll take me back to what I just got done dealing with.
No, take me recently back to the cracking.
Yeah. Like, no, why would I put myself in this situation to be waiting on somebody to get over somebody else? Like, no, not gonna do that.
So. It like you said, it's defensiveness.
It is defensive.
And it's avoidance.
Yeah, it is.
And it's to my third point, a lack of emotional intelligence.
Absolutely.
You're not in tune with yourself. And you trying to loop other people in, baby, now.
Because you know what I can't stand for people to do is to generalize all of us. You had one bad experience with one woman who maybe did not want, who probably did not accept your answers for stuff. And so because of that, now you can't be honest and truthful with all women. Like, don't let me in with them other girls. Like, no.
It's a generalization. All women want is the this and that and the third.
And the reality of it is that there may be some generalizations between women because we're all wired for, I want to say pretty similar. I think this goes back to the way God made us. You know, he took us from Adam's rib and what our purpose was on the earth and what we were put here to do. So because of that, we're gonna all have some similarities, but we're just different. We're just gonna be different in a lot of, for just the two of us. We got to talk every day, and Tanya like, twice a week we good, you know. So like, even in just the two of us,
I think I didn't pick that up from my auntie. Like, give me a baby, come just stop by. I'm just
so we can't generalize all women because it's just not fair.
Well, I think part of adopting stuff, human nature, hurt, family dynamics.
Absolutely. Oh, speaking of, I want to pick a pin right here. When I was listening to Dr. Darius Dance and Shamika Dance when they were doing the He Said, She Said, I was listening to part 1, and he talked about he was encouraging women to take a step back and ask and have a better understanding of the man's growing up situation. Like, how did you grow up? Like, what was communication like in your childhood? How did your parents communicate? What was your family communication style? And so when he said that, I was like, you know what? We really don't try to get to, and I'm a root person. I like to get to the root of, like, where did this come from? How did we get here? And I didn't think in that way of communication. Like, how did you get to this place of communicating like this? What was your experience? What's your childhood? Like, all those things matter.
Listen, they be like, don't be trying to psychoanalyze me. I'm not. This is really who I am. I've been like this for a long time.
It's called critical thinking skills.
I'm nosy. Period. I'm nosy. I want the whole story. I'm like the lady in the Bible.
From start to finish, don't leave nothing out.
Exactly. When it said, Jesus said, who touched me? And she gave him the whole story. Them people was in the crowd going, oh my God, I'm so hungry. That is why Jairus' daughter died, because she told him, well, you know, when I was 12, that's when I first got my period.
The issue with blood.
And then and then by the time I turned 18, I started having the issue. She gave me the whole story. I'm that person. And I want to know, because I understand human development and how your childhood, nature versus nurture. I know how all that works. So I have so many questions. I want all of it. And so, girl, the guy, I don't know if I told you about him. Was last year when I did the Tina Turner thing party? Okay,
it was because I couldn't come.
Yes, okay, and I don't know why. Anyway, because that thing, it was just a restaurant and a bar. It's no different than going to Old Charter. So anyway, but side note, no children couldn't come to the place. So anyway, so. And during that time, I was talking to this guy. He lived in Texas, and like he was just going into me, and it was. I felt like it was the first time somebody let him talk and tell his story. Like, and he was just going and going and going. But I was like, eating popcorn because it was
Michael Jackson.
Good to
Michael Jackson meme.
But it was good to me. Now I'm that man that got back in the chair like this with the popcorn. I was like that. Because it was good to me. I'm like, boy, you can write a book. This is good. You can have you 2 Hallmark movies. But as he was telling the story, I was just like, okay, I see why. And you said this to boy, and that makes sense. And I'm able to connect the dots.
Right.
So, I wholeheartedly agree with Pastor D because our familiar foundation is where we learn how to love and be in relationships. And some people didn't get that love, but it was in harmful situations.
So true.
It contributes. And a lot of people don't like to say that you are a product of your environment. But it's the truth. That doesn't mean you can't change your product.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially when your environment changes.
Thank you.
Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
I don't believe that a 30 or 40-year-old should be saying, well, my mama used to beat me and that's why I'm like this. Okay, yes, that happened, but you can do something to change that now. So you're aware, you understand, you're old enough.
Yeah. Well, you have to be more than what happened to you.
Right.
You have to be more than that.
You can't just keep sucking on it. So what you gonna do about it?
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, the lack of emotional intelligence, especially in our community. We just want to tell people to get over it. We don't want to go to therapy.
Sweep everything under the rug, move on, and
that happened when you was younger. You talk about during the core of my childhood, the most pivotal time of my raising.
Absolutely.
And it changed because people don't read, they don't research, they don't want to know. And even if you want to believe into the psychological portion, let's look into the science. Science has shown that trauma and abuse changes the child's brain.
It does. There's a book that's called The Body Keeps Score. Yeah.
Yep, that is something Van de Kessler. I can't remember. I want to say Mark, but it's not that. But anyway.
Yeah, it's a good.
I just
good book,
referred that to a client because.
But it just talks about how our bodies keeps count of all the things that we have experienced, all the traumas, all the emotional hurts, all the pains, all the physical pains, like all of those things. Our body keeps up with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, with emotional intelligence is, I think, just a general lack of respect and consideration.
Absolutely.
I think we have gotten such in this society that we view people as disposable.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
Thank you, next.
Yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly. We absolutely view people as disposable. And granted, in some cases, like they say, when you miss one bush, the next one coming. But everybody's valuing the same, and everybody doesn't bring the same things to the table. So yes, even though I think some people aren't for us and aren't what we need, but that doesn't mean that everybody doesn't bring something to it.
And that's the thing. We all have equal playing field in the kingdom. So we're all equally valuable to God.
That's right.
We all his children. So even in that respect, you shouldn't be treating nobody crazy, because when you get hit with it, you're gonna be like, Lord, I can't believe you let them do that to me. What you did, Susie, Jana, Felicia, and Rashonda.
I believe in karma. I believe in what goes around comes around. That's why I make it my mission to try to treat people well and how I want someone to treat me, because I do believe that's gonna come back on us. How you treat people will come back.
Come back on you, it may come back on your child.
It may come back on your bloodline. The people directly involved with you, directly tied to you. Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. I've seen this happen in real time, and I can reflect on it and laugh. But baby, when I had that horrible job, and the job wasn't horrible, I didn't like it, but the boss was. She was so mean. Like, she bullied me. She really did. It was a toxic work environment.
Yeah.
But her son was on his job catching hell. And it was like, she started telling us some stuff. And I was like,
I was that's just the like, same stuff that's happening.
So you
here.
Ain't made no connection.
Some 1 + 1
ain't equaling 2 here.
A lot of people are they're not self-aware, and they don't make a correlation between that I'm treating people a certain kind of way, and that means that now my son or my child is being treated a certain kind of way. They don't make that correlation, because a lot of times people don't think they're wrong.
Well, the Lord made her apologize to me before I lived there.
Well, there we go.
Twice.
There it is.
Thus then.
There it
but
is.
It was like, I was like, oh my God, like, this is happening in real time. And I mean, she was getting angry and upset. And I was like, so how you know my mama feel? Because at this point, like, her child is around the same age I was.
So no, you don't want nobody treating and talking to your child any kind of way.
Yeah. So like I said, respect and consideration.
Absolutely.
Of others. And every time we turn the news on, we seeing somebody getting murdered. And it's just, we don't value people anymore. We don't value other people's feelings. And it's sad. It is
sad. Because we're all God's children. And he loves and cares about all of us in the same way. And so it does frustrate me that we don't care enough about human life.
Yeah.
And all of that. So I agree with you.
I will say, I've gotten ghosted numerous times. At this point, it used to bother me initially. It'd be like, what did I do? Like, why? Now not so much. I'd be like, okay, Lord, because I'd be saying, hey, it ain't for me, God. Go ahead,
remove them,
remove it, show me, reveal it, whatever needs to happen. And I'm like, okay,
absolutely.
Is it still frustrating? Like, baby, I ain't have to waste that time talking to you.
Yeah.
Look, but I have.
There's a lesson in those things, though. So that's the thing too. It's like people are not necessarily like they're seasonal. They're not they're not a lifetime person. They're seasonal people.
Yeah.
So they're only here for a period of time to teach you something, or for you to teach them something, or something to impart in some kind of way. The Bible says one plants, one waters, God gives the increase. So we don't know where that's going to come from. So people are going to be here for whatever reason. But I think I know where I make my mistakes is trying to make seasonal people lifetime people.
Let me drink on that.
And that is not what's happening. It's not what's happening.
Baby.
But I try to make those people.
You trying to make them leaves roots, baby.
Trying to make them roots. Yeah.
And they be like, let me fly away.
Right. And I need to let them fly away.
Yeah.
That's
I'm like, don't hold on. Don't invo. Hold on to your love.
Gotta let them go.
Baby, no, don't
gotta let them go. Yeah.
I will say I have been a ghoster before, and I don't do this often, but this one, this was last year too. He was just coming on too strong, too eager, very sweet. Like, he forced me into a prayer one night. It was like, okay, yes, thank you.
Forced you into a prayer.
It was. We wrapping up the conversation. He was like, let's pray. Heavenly Father. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't even get my head. Okay.
Let me get my eyes. Let me close my eyeballs. Let me close my eyeballs.
Jesus. And I was like, we weren't in a relationship. Yeah. We were just dating. We was getting to know each other. And it was like, I guess he was trying to show me he could be the covering.
Which is what you want covering. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was so much, and it was so intense. And then he had a young child, but he was so embittered towards the child's mother. And I can't remember the dynamics. Can't remember. It was his ex-wife or not. But I mean, he was venomously hated her, and that's a red sign.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That
is a red flag.
It is a red flag.
And granted, that person, that ex with his wife, partner, whatever it is, may have done some wrong stuff. And not to say they shouldn't be hurt from it. But if everything they have to say, and they keep bringing it up, and I can't remember, it was something that he said, and it just kind of struck a chord in me. About her, and I was just like, man, it just didn't make sense. Oh, they was at like a doctor's appointment for the dentist appointment for his son, and she was just having general conversation like, don't talk to me. I was like, y'all can't, like, that's
and it's somebody who has been in contentious communication with the father of my child. But our way is just to be silent. We won't talk at all. Like, it's completely uncomfortable. But it's uncomfortable. But we will be silent. We're not going to argue. We're just going to be silent. We're not going to talk to each other at all.
I think he showed out in the dentist's office.
You can't do that. You can't do that. And the thing about stuff like that too is you have to you can give a truth, right?
Yeah.
You can give a truth and say, this is how that person treated me. This is what happened in the relationship. This is why it has not been good. But it's the difference between giving a truth and just outright dogging somebody.
I mean, and it was every time he brought her up, it was something. And I was just like, and then, so like he reached, and I was like, I don't have the energy, I can't. And it was like, I could not deal with that in the moment. And so until I got the mental capacity and to reach out, and it was like some days later at that point, and he was upset. He had blocked me on everything, which is fine. So I don't know if he ever heard it or not, but I did go back and was like, listen, like, these are the things that you said, because I felt like I owed him that. But I was like, I'm not, I ain't giving you nothing else, sir, because I feel like.
So would you say that you was ghosting him now?
I ghosted them. I absolutely ghosted them because it was a while. Like,
because I feel like when you said you went back and you uncovered yourself and you said
I did, because I feel like that was
no, that's absolutely the right thing to do. Well, yeah, thank you, Holy Spirit.
I absolutely ghosted. I was just like, nah, dude. Yeah, absolutely ghosted. But it was like, again, because this is one of God's children.
Yeah.
And whether you receive it or not, it's not on me. But
you did your part.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I wouldn't mind somebody, per se giving me feedback like, oh, this was a concern. Like, oh, okay, cool. That may not change who I am as a person, but I felt like he needed to know, if you're going to move into some relationships, you probably need to work on yourself. You probably don't even need to date right now. But so because that was Holy Spirit, why ghosting isn't biblical. And I think we see that in Matthew 22:39. Because again, we are all God's children. So
I read Matthew, the 22nd chapter and the 39th verse, and I'm reading from the King James Version. And it says, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
So it don't feel good to us. So why would we do it to somebody else?
Yeah.
And I think we can respectfully communicate that.
I was gonna say I feel like ghosting is cowardly. When you don't.
She said, yeah, you a punk. She said, you a punk.
It's a little cowardly. It goes back to the situation that I dealt with at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Where, this man pursued me.
Not just you, pursued your family.
Pursued my family. I mean, we dates, spending money, taking me on dates, spending money, buying things that he didn't have to buy, but he wanted to buy them. And we're talking about communication,
upfront,
like very upfront, very intentional. I mean, he was a communication dream. Like, I want everybody I date to communicate this way, like, because he was all calling and texting and we were FaceTiming. I mean, this was constant communication daily. So then it starts from like 5 and 6 times a day to now it's 3 or 4 times a day, and now it's 1 or 2 times a day, and then we go every other day, and then and then it just goes into where you completely stop communicating with me. You stop responding to my text messages, my phone calls. I sent him this 4-page text, Aaliyah thing.
I'm sending you a
4-page letter. And I sent that to him. No response on the 4-page letter. Like, he didn't say anything. And at that point, that for me was just, I'm just trying to like wash my hands of it and make peace and kind of move on, because I need closure.
And please don't come back. Don't say
anything. But and then nothing was said after that. And granted, like I think I told you, he had the situation going on with his sister having cancer, and she was on hospice. I knew there was some stuff going on in his family, but she was very upfront about that as well. Like, he was very honest about what he had going on.
But she had cancer and was on hospice for y'all met, right?
She was.
Okay, so if you can handle that, you should just...
I agree. And I want to say she may not have been on hospice when we met before. She had cancer and was sick before we met. I think while we were communicating and getting to know each other, they ended up having to put her on hospice, because I think she ended up in the hospital while we were talking. And when she left the hospital, she went home on hospice.
Well, at that point, that's when you say,
well, that's what I'm saying. I kept saying to him, like, if are you okay? Do you need space? Oh no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Like, no, don't walk away. I don't want to lose you. This is his words to me. He don't want to lose me. But then you ghosted me. So obviously you did want to lose me.
I want to throw you away.
You obviously wanted to lose me because you didn't want to have anything else to do with me. Yeah. So anyway, it was just, my point of that story is to say that he was a coward, because he easily could have just said, because he was very upfront and honest about everything else, but not wanting to talk to me anymore or whatever he had going on. Yeah. He just kept saying, I'm just shutting down. I'm just shutting down. Well, I'm like, I'm shutting down.
That's a trigger word for me.
Trigger warning. Down. Trigger. Yeah. I should have gave you a trigger warning.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Shut down. I mean, baby, you're not a plant. Okay, you're not a Sipco. Shutting down for the holidays.
You ain't a steel plant.
I'm just saying. It's like I get so tired of that. Like, emotional intelligence. Go back. Use your words.
Yeah. All you had to say was, look, this situation is moving too fast and it's too serious from where I am right now. And I would have understood that because again, I knew his sister was sick and I knew there was, all these other dynamics going on. So I easily would have been like, okay, I get it and do what you got to do.
He didn't want to give you his emotions.
Yeah.
And that's okay. A good point. Because I mean, I can understand you feeling some kind of way because now you facing that your sibling is dying.
Right.
So I'm not ready to give you those emotions. Let me take a step back. Cool.
Say that. Yeah, say that.
But I think this goes back to generalizing women because maybe he's done that in the past and somebody, went to the left with him. And so you didn't want this to happen again, afraid of person response. So you just did that.
So there's that. And I also feel like that he was talking to a woman when we met.
Oh, so she might have spun the black box.
I don't think he ever stopped talking to her because I was at his house one day and I think she called. Or I was on the phone with him and she called. Something like that happened. And I said something about, no, he told me. He talked to her. And I was like...
And she was local?
She was local. And we were at a distance. And so I remember... And I'm the kind of person now, like it used to be back when I was younger, I would hit you with it right when it happened and go on and bust your head with whatever I was mad about. Now... I need to take a step back and I have to evaluate.
So I don't release the cracking on you.
I have to evaluate whether or not I should be upset about this or not. Like I have to try to be logical about it. And so I was hot when he told me to talk to her. I was mad because I'm like, why are you talking to her? What's the purpose of that? So then later on, I calmed down. I thought about it and I said, okay, well, let me address it. So I said to him, is there something that I'm not doing for you? Is there something you're not getting from your interactions with me that she's provided? Oh no, it's nothing like that. No, you're everything. You do everything. I said, so why are you even talking to her still? Well, you don't remember I told you I was talking to her before I met you. So why do you need to continue to talk to her if you're getting your needs met here? What purpose does she serve?
Oh, okay. So let me step back.
And that's when he was like, oh. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, I stopped talking to her. I don't think he ever stopped talking to her. I don't think he ever stopped talking to her. And I think the fact that he kept talking to her, he was going through what he was going through, and she was local. I just think all of those things.
Like, lay your head on my pillow.
Right. Yeah.
Just relax.
Right. And that was probably what happened. She was there and present to be an emotional support to him through what he was going through, and I was not.
Whole scenario playing out. His sister had a crisis or she actually died, and he was in his emotions, and she was there with open arms.
And she was.
And he fell into her vagina.
Not her vagina. It may be. Like, and that may have been the case. I don't know what happened. I'm just saying I had to replay like all of these things. I had to think about all of these things after the fact. Like I had to like analyze everything that he had said to me, every situation that occurred. Like I went back dissecting things. I went back to the date where I waited 2 hours on him to show up at the restaurant.
Yeah, see.
I went back to like it, because even now I'm like,
you a good one.
I know that sounds crazy.
Because I would have ate my food and he would have showed up and I'd be back at home rubbing my feet together and eating my dessert. And he'd be like, where you at? And I'd be like, at home.
So before we actually met, we had talked on the phone for, I want to say, a couple of weeks. Like we, and we're talking and talking and talking. And I was like, okay, like I was really wanting to meet in person because I felt like, things were going really well. So yeah, I can't believe I did it. But you
see how I did Big Bama?
Yeah, that's how you did Big Bama.
He went to ate at the restaurant and I was at home rubbing my feet together.
That's so true. I would, and at this point, I don't think I would ever do that again because I think that right there was a sign for me to cut out, and I didn't listen.
Like, I think that was the time to enjoy your food. You should call Austin and be like, "Where you at, girl? Come have a drink."
I didn't even know Austin at that point. I don't think.
Y'all probably had met before.
I think we had met once. Yeah. I think we had met once. But my thing was like, I really should not have waited. I should have just cut tail and left. That was a sign that I did not pick up on at all.
Go back to respect and consideration. I take time and words you can never get back.
So true. So true.
And my time is very valuable.
Very valuable.
See, that's why I don't be wanting to cut up and sit on the phone talking to nobody like that. But what we doing?
What are we doing? That's the truth. Yeah, what are we doing?
I seen on a Facebook post, a man said, well, cat's out of the bag, I'm married. He said, I met my wife. I don't know, 6 months ago, 9 months ago. He said, but when I met her, she said, I ain't got time to waste. So if you ain't looking for marriage, then I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And they started dating. They got in therapy, got married.
Wow. And that's what I say. Like, I'm very upfront about, hey, I'm not dating. I'm dating with a purpose. Like, I'm not out here just dating to be dating. So I tell any guy that engages with me, I'm going to let you know off rip. So it's not like you can't say, well, I don't know what she wants. I don't know what she's thinking about. No, it's clear. I tell you.
You waited 2 hours for him, though. He was like, she got time. He was like,
maybe that's probably what it was. He was like, oh, okay, I can play.
And it made me want to know, if, like, was it a test? Because he would have failed. I'm like,
I don't know if it was a test, because he was very apologetic about being late. Like, he had family that came into town. His mom had cooked, so he went to his mom's house to take the family to eat and stuff, and it was a whole thing. And so he was very apologetic. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you the story as it was given to me. And so he was very apologetic.
On the phone. I thought we just had a conversation. I'd be like, I don't know, maybe I'm too hard on him. I think the right one, I wouldn't have to be that hard on him. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think you're going to show up.
I'm saying all that to say that that was a sign that I should have been like, bye, out of here, deuces.
Yeah. Then he going to come over here and play in the street anyway, in traffic on 280.
Don't play with me. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
But I think this goes back to the 4 pillars of healthy relationships that we discussed in one of our earlier episodes, which is love, respect, communication, and effort.
Absolutely.
Because that's the foundation. We especially at our ages, and I know we're not super old, y'all, but we're not 20.
No, we're mature enough that things need to be better than this.
Y'all know better.
Absolutely.
And if you don't know better, get around somebody that do. Because you want to wait until you 60 and want to be talking so, let's get married now. No, ain't nothing working. Not even you.
Right.
I want to do it. No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
I want to be able to enjoy that time. You've been out here skippity bopping and playing around and all this stuff, and then want to get married. Now your liver, you ain't working, your end-stage renal disease, kidney functioning down, blood pressure high, cholesterol high,
erectile dysfunction.
You need the blue pill, the green pill, and the red pill.
Just saying.
No, be for real.
Yeah. So let's talk about how people can respectfully tell someone, hey, this isn't working for me.
So I think just be honest. Yeah. And even if the person don't respond how you want them to respond, realize it's really not about you. That's their response.
And how they respond tells you what you need to know about them. And then that lets you know whether or not you're making the right decision.
Right. Okay.
You know, you're like, oh, I dodged the bullet. I dodged the bullet.
I don't know how you're going to take this. I don't know if you're going to, what she said, with Bob Chose, Shirley.
Come out of the bag.
Okay. But you going to take this and come out of the bag on me.
Yeah.
Baby, they ripped me out the plastic like they're brand new. I'm like, okay, I don't need to deal with this anyway because they were suppressing that.
Absolutely.
But we be honest. Yes. And I had this situation too. I had to be honest, like, this is not gonna work with me. He was not receiving it though.
Which one is this?
I don't know if I've told you about this.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, part of this is not my fault, but I'm gonna own the whole situation. I met this guy dating app. He said he was in Texas.
Okay.
Around the same time, I met my ex that was in military. That was in Texas. Kind of found like we communicated. It was the times was off. Kind of found out this man was back in Africa. He said he created a profile when he was in Texas visiting his cousin.
Oh Lord!
So
was he Nigerian prince?
No, he's actually an attorney. Okay. He's in America now. He's been in America for some time.
Okay.
But again, that should have been my flag to just go on about my business. And so, but I was talking to both him and my ex at the same time. But I had to just tell him, because at this point, when I was telling him, I was getting ready to go to Texas to see my now ex. So I was like, I gotta go ahead and tell this man.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna work.
Right.
So I had to tell him. And I was just like, this is not gonna work. I ain't tell him I ain't like him, but I was just saying we're not a good fit.
Okay.
And he said some stuff that was a little creepy to me, because he said that like my shape reminded him of his mama, and I was just like, is this a little Electra syndrome going on? This is kind of weird.
Reminds you of his mama.
Yeah, his mom was dead. He was the baby.
That's just weird. Okay.
And I think he was the only boy from his mom. So I think it was like 4 of them, and all his sisters were like, they was a well-to-do family. One of his sisters was like a designer over there. And how I found out that this was true, ironically, I was in school getting my MPH, and my classmate, she was from Nigeria.
Okay.
They was from the same tribe.
So she knew them.
She went to school with him.
Wow.
So like, how ironic that was. I was like, oh, this is really true.
Wow.
So, but he was an attorney over them.
Okay.
So, and like, yeah, well-to-do family. So his dad was older. So he was a baby, but he had an older brother who by his dad. Anywho. But I was telling him like, this not gonna work, and he was like, no, it's because your mother doesn't want you to be with an African man. And I was like, I'm 30-some years old. I don't care. Like, my mom would tell you, she can't tell me what to do. Like, but he was insisting on it, and so it just got to a point where I just had to stop communicating with him, accepting communications from him. Like, had to block him. The man emailed me one time. He was like, I'm here in New York, and I'm about to sit for my bar. He sent me a message when his father passed away.
Oh, so he really was trying to keep in touch with you.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was honest.
I was
honest. I was just like trying, like, this, I don't want to be with you. And I remember years ago when I was young, like in my 20s, I was dating this guy. This is why you don't date people you work with. This is why I worked at IHOP. And I like broke up with him, and it was like, no, this is not gonna work. And so one day my friend, my homeboy, I don't even know what this guy is anymore. But he went to Ohio State. He played baseball up there. So whenever he would come home, he would always come to IHOP. And that's how we met, in IHOP. He would just come there and eat all the time. And so he came, and he always, and I don't know why I remember this, that boy used to get the pot roast with double mashed potatoes and corn. That's what he would get. And I was like, I don't know why.
The fact that you even remember that man order.
I don't remember his name, but I remember his order. Jesus. How crazy is that? And I remember that day because the day that this happened was the day Aaliyah died. And I was at the table with my homeboy. We chopping up laughing, and I hear a commotion in the kitchen because the dude I was talking to was a dishwasher, and they said he was tearing the kitchen up because apparently he thought that was my man.
He's tearing the kitchen up?
Well, the dish room. Tearing the dish room up. And they told him, go back there. I said, no. Right.
I'm going to go in the line of fire. Why would you send me to the front line?
We ain't together.
Right. Wow.
That boy stopped me, and he is in prison now. For murder. So apparently I made the right decision.
You did.
Use I statements. That's something that I did. I was like, this isn't working for me. I don't believe it's going to be a good fit. I'm not happy in this situation. I didn't give the line of, it's me and not you. But it was doing that without doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So nothing about you. Nothing about you.
Right.
No blaming. Strictly, and it boiled down. It was about me. I didn't want to be in that situation no more. I didn't like it. I wasn't happy. Didn't feel like it was cohesive. And this is a situation like when one person like another person more than you like them, it can get awkward. It's really awkward. And you try to be supportive and encouraging, like, yeah, I'm sure you'll find you somebody. Like, we just not a good fit. And I really hope that for other people.
Yeah,
like, I don't. If I'm not for you,
I hope you get whatever is for you. Yeah.
Well done. Good and faithful servant. Be blessed.
I cannot.
It is, and it's like, especially, and I hated the situations where I've been in. It's like that, and it's just like, because nobody wants to be dumped or broken up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but it's like, I'm not sticking around for this. This is not moving forward. Yeah. It's not where I want to be. Yeah. So we gotta let it go. So
yeah, but I think we would agree that ghosting hurts much worse than being broken up with.
Yes, I do.
Because you're left wondering what happened,
right?
And what was the catalyst? Like, what was the thing that made you decide this is how I want to handle this?
Yeah,
yeah.
You just can't say nothing.
Yeah,
just out of here. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I got the 4-page letter from the one we shall remain nameless, the one you was rooting for. And I should have left it at that 4-page letter when he sent it. I should have
again, I roll my eyes every time you say the one I was rooting for.
Like, okay, because I knew he said it, and me wanting to, make a leaf a root. Should let that leaf fly.
Should let it go. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye. Anyway, we can go on with the shenanigans.
We could.
But the point is, I feel like if you're mature, grown adult, conversation should be had.
Absolutely.
If you're in a dangerous situation, you're in a dangerous situation, you may have to,
That's true. I agree. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good point. Yeah. If you're not safe, then you definitely shouldn't be trying to have hashing out conversations with someone you're not safe with. So you're right. Yeah. That would be an appropriate time to go somebody for your own safety.
Yeah, that's fleeing. I wouldn't even call that I'm fleeing for my own protection. I mean, granted, we never know what can change in the person's mind.
Right,
but
absolutely.
In the same token, if, even if it has to be over the phone, if you feel like it could go left,
absolutely
do that. But I think you should be able to healthily end a relationship.
Yep, I agree.
So, any other caveats?
Nope, I think that's it.
Well, listen, thank y'all for joining. Listen, I would love to hear from y'all. Do y'all have a ghosting story that y'all want to share?
Please share with us.
Have you been ghosted and you want to tell us what happened and how it made you feel?
Please share with us.
Listen, we would love to have a segment about your stories that we can share.
Absolutely.
And add to this and maybe get some commentary and feedback on.
Absolutely.
Follow us.
Like, subscribe, share.
On YouTube.
Yes.
You may see us floating around in Facebook or Instagram.
Absolutely.
Over on Spotify.
Yes. All the places. We're in all the places.
Give us some support.
Please.
Even if it doesn't apply to you, it may apply to somebody else.
That's right.
All right, y'all. Thanks.
Take care.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.